Just stay put. You'll be just fine. Try to be more careful. Careful with... Always good to have a little rest. There's no need for violence. Hey. Hello. Are you all... Lighthouses. Why the hell are Dara and his workers pushing so hard to build the second one? Is one not enough? Is it because... I mean, two lighthouses next to each other are almost the same as one. Ah, whatever that is. Aye, why would they? The waters are treacherous, so no ships. Besides, who'd have the time to build or repair them? There are enough problems on the island. We don't need more. Well, not much going on here, as you can see. One was even hanged for theft. But I can't say much more as I wasn't there. If you're interested in the horns, you should visit our museum. You'll learn more about that fella, Swal. What do I think? As long as they follow the rules, they can stay. And if they don't, folks are saying that there's some other group, probably more dangerous, not so far from here. Aye, it's boring. But at least you don't have to pay to enter. Almost no... You can stay here and serve. Sit in the tavern, drink and eat something.
There's always something happening out in the world. But you know what? Here in the south, everything happens late. From a financial standpoint, it makes absolutely... Gotta...
Was the builder before me. No, he's just an old... But a father is a father, right? We may hate each other, but as long as I can help him. If Haber doesn't know, then I don't either. So we keep trying. Because he received orders not to let any keeper through without a pass, and I don't have one. I've already used mine. When that Egypt gets an order, he's like a priest who stumbled into an orgy. He's got a stick up his ass. Nothing gets through him. Not all keepers have been here their entire life, you know? You got me, but serves me right for wanting to find him. Stupid son of a bitch. If only I don't know. Following my old man here was all I ever wanted. Never sold my... Tried picturing myself as a husband. A father once. I wouldn't know how to raise a kid. I'd just mess them up. Like father. Well, no, of course not. We're not priests. A woman can be an old crone and still devote herself to the All-Mother. But a man's got to have some fight left in him to be a keep. Old enough to hold a sword, young enough to not break under its weight. We all got different roles around the keep, sure. But at the core, we're warriors. If I had a gold coin for every time someone asked me that, I could fund the damn thing myself. Look, it's Camelot's orders. I get paid to follow them. Not the question. If they want to throw money at us to keep up appearances, that's their problem. I'm not about to stop them. See you around. Keep your head.
Have mercy, not another one. If I let you... That's just my luck. Take the post, Tiernan, they told me. You'll be looking after a village full of old farts. That's practically early retirement. What a load of crap. There's always something. If it's not the deck falling apart, it's a refuge. Well, to be fair, he only bit one person. But it was a keeper. I know Mahone can be a... Now both of them are sick. And Haber's got no clue what's wrong. Which is the only reason that refugee isn't... So, he's sitting in a cage. His wife's crying all day and everyone's pissed. Meanwhile, I'm stuck... No need to tell me that. But I can't just go back to patrolling the walls. I'd be a laughingstock. I'd rather sit here and hope everything works itself out. I mean, everyone's gotta die some, so whether it's me or them. No, not the deck. Nah, just old wood. Honestly, it's the least of my problems. But Dara's always busy with his lighthouse, and every time I try to do it myself, someone else needs me for something. I can't even sneak out to the tavern because last time some rich bint started complaining that everything here smells of fish. That's a seaside village. What else would it smell of? You do that? That would be a huge relief. Well, truth be told, I don't know why they want it so badly. It's for boats. But, well, you know how it is with old folks. I'd pay if I could, but this was supposed to be my job. The budget's long gone. But if you're interested, not exactly standard keeper knowledge, but, well... Surprised? Can't blame you. This might sound odd coming from someone stationed in a glorified fish bucket, but the only thing more mismatched than the barracks around here is my career choice. But, yeah, I like imagining where chairs don't wobble, tables don't look like someone hacked them together with a dull axe, and beds, so... well... not exactly a secret I broadcast. Most folks see me as Tiernan, but hey, we've all got something that keeps us sane, right? Oh, she's a real piece of work, that one. She came here with her husband. Poor man. I never heard him get a word in. You know, sometimes I regret not getting married. But if I had a wife like her, I'd... Ah, that's you. No. Please.
What do you want? To gawk at... well, I'll have to disappoint you. My Cole is not the... So you really don't know? If you're not from here, I'm not sure what could have brought you to this hellhole. Just know that Cole, something is poisoning his mind and soul. I don't know what it is, or why it happened to Cole. But now we're all at the mercy of those damned keepers. One evening there was a quarrel between our group, the villagers, and one of the keepers. They'd had a bit too much to drink and let some comment. They hurled insults at us, saying there's no place for us here, that we should just get the hell out of here because things are hard. Hard? Sure. I bet that bunch of wimps wouldn't last a week outside. All they do is sit in that keep of theirs, thinking they're the defenders of justice. Well, Cole went mad. I've never seen... He attacked that keeper and bit him. It was serious, but the keeper survived. If it weren't for the other men from the village, things could have ended very Afterwards, they chained Cole up and locked him in a cage. His condition started to worsen. They said a monster like him doesn't deserve a jail cell. Jail cells are for humans. Bastards. This might sound silly, but before we reached the keep, we came near a strange structure. The locals call it the... In the morning, we realised everyone had a strange dream, but it was a little different. Cole started acting weird after that. And in time... No, only that... Well, he didn't make much sense. But he was it must have been some bug. Something changed by the weirdness. That... Well, it was pretty typical. We started a fire and threw some cobwebs into it. Frank brought them back from one of his treks. That boy could always find them somehow. It was our protection. Ellis was on watch that day. But from what he told us, he eventually fell asleep. We were lucky no one slit our throat. I was in a strange place. Dark. Full of fog. I was trying to find him. I called out, but no one answered. I was alone in the night, and then we set up camp near the arch spire. We hoped that bandits wouldn't dare to venture into a place like that. Well, now with everything that's been happening lately, I'm ready to believe in every strange thing in this world.
Oh, right. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Beatrice. As for me and Cole, well, we left Ree hoping to find a quiet place to rest for a bit.
We planned to travel the King's Road toward Camelot. Well, here we are. We found our bloody Camelot. Cole is locked up and all I can do is shed bitter tears.
Yeah, we grew up there. The village was built around a trade route.
We had a good life. We lacked for nothing. Well, that was before the damned grubwood started.
Then more and more caravans disappeared into the forest. People were telling stories that grew more horrifying by the day. In the end, taking that... the same thing that will happen to every place on this god-forsaken... We used to have generous clientele. Merchants and emissaries from all over Avalon. They had deep pockets, always left lot, but that changed. Then our only income came from the villagers, who were getting drunker and poorer by the day. That was always our plan. Cole and I never wanted to stay there forever. Beatrice and Cole from the village of Ree, that wasn't us.
Yeah. I doubt I'll ever see him again. Each of us has a different story. Some wanted to seek their fortune elsewhere. Some had to flee their homes because of bandits pillaging their villages, or because of the weirdness. Ree could be one of those places by now. There's so much turmoil in this world. People can suddenly lose themselves. 2 or 3 weeks ago, things were starting to get difficult. A larger group of people is always helpful. There's always someone to talk to, but it also means more mouths to feed and more worries to deal with. It's not easy.
What? What? How dare you? Do you know the meaning of those flowers in that configuration? Revenge. Revenge, deception, and death. There's nothing nice about it, and I don't know if he did it on purpose or if he's just an idiot. But trust me, it's not. Thank you. For them. You are from nowhere, just like me. Take those flowers away. Burn them, throw them in a cauldron, whatever.
Be careful out there. Be careful out there. Be careful.
Don't make me repeat.
Excuse me, could you get me a clean glass? And I mean clean. I'm not sure. I don't mean to say that you peasants all look the same, but you have to understand it's quite difficult for people like me to... Especially since there seems to be so many people like you here. I thought the South was supposed to be more secluded. My name is Alyssa Murray, and I'm here with my husband, a very important cloth merchant. But not to brag, but we are rather prominent. I am famed amongst Camelot's courtiers for throwing the most magnificent... Thank you. I designed it myself. The savage tribes, the brave lightkeepers. I wanted to make an homage to them with my new style, and I do believe I... Give it a few weeks and everyone here will be trying to copy me. It happens in Camelot all the time. It's almost... Well, my Duncan is here on business, of course. A very important contract with the Lightkeepers. I decided to accompany him because I have never been to the South, and I've heard so much about... So far, it's turned out to be terribly dull. And the smell... It's like steak. Pray, tell me, do you know anyone here who would... Oh, you see, I've had my eye on this beautiful abandoned estate overlooking the sea. It's not very far from here, but it's far enough away from... If we stay here for a while, I need a place for myself. You understand that, right? No offense, but I can't keep living in a filthy room. When I asked the innkeeper to draw me a bath, he brought me a bucket. A bucket! Can you imagine? Finally, someone sympathetic to my plight. My Duncan has been heartless about it. He just keeps going on about how he told me to deal with it. Can you believe that? Well, what he doesn't know can't hurt him, can it? He should be glad that I can take care of myself. I'm not like the other high-born women, sitting around waiting to be handed everything on a silver platter. And besides, he... Fine. The problem is that the manor appears to have some occupants. Not legal ones, mind you. You'll do it for me, won't you, dear? Splendid. Maybe something nautical, to go with the sound of the waves crashing on the cliffs? Or... I have to admit that the fish here is quite good, albeit...
Hello, child. You look competent enough. I can see that you're not of noble blood, Oh, no need to tell me that. I have tutored the children of aristocrats from all over Avalon. Fortunately for you, my opinion of them is not particularly high. Oh, and you don't look like one of the locals. Are you a visitor? Or an adventurer? You can talk. Now, my name is Lady Elaine. I oversee the Farshire Library, the greatest collection of books. By the All-Mother, don't tell me you don't know what Farshire is. The largest duchy in the middle of the island, with the wise Lady Kincaid in power, who has a hold over the entire territory. I know, child. I know. Everyone was surprised. Camelot turned up their noses at this for years. But after Lord Kincaid died and Aidan, Lady Kincaid's son, disappeared, the nobles, even if Aidan had been alive, she would still be ruling as a regent until he came of age. But between you and me, he wasn't a very bright boy. So she would have been ruling and... Oh, we're lucky to have her. Difficult times... Worse than ever. Oh, the wordness is thickening, and that's why I'm here, wandering Avalon looking for solutions. If I do... You're probably wondering what a feeble old lady who can't even lift a sword. But King Arthur didn't conquer Avalon just because he couldn't swing a blade. No, he had knowledge, and enough wisdom to know how to use it. Lady Kincaid wasn't happy when she found out about this idea. But all Mother's mercy, I am her tutor. She cannot dictate what I do, no matter her standing. Oh, do you mean a family? Oh, I've never had time for such trifles. No suitor was ever more interesting than a good book. No, and I've raised enough of other people's children to never wish for my own. Oh, surprising. I'm looking for someone who will help me find a certain artifact. So, in one of my books, I found a reference to a certain object, a figure most likely, which had the ability to dispel the wordness like... Apparently, it can be found on the ship called Andraste, which sank over 100 years ago somewhere in this area. The Last Voyage of the Andraste by Elvis the Lightkeeper. He was one of the more notable keepers. In his waning years, he became an adjutant to Captain Lex. But it's best if you read it yourself. You can read, can't you? Read it very carefully, and after you're done, come to me, and I'll tell you more. A deal? And they say young people don't want to learn anything. Come on, chop, 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 get to read. And? Have you read? Oh, splendid, splendid. Oh, it's an excellent book. Don't... According to Elvis the Lightkeeper, in the mine near the Horns of the South, they found something that they took with them on the ship. And you're telling me you've read it? By the All-Mother, come back when you've done more than just... Have you read the... Good. According... That's right. This is the artifact I'm looking for. One that might be vital to repelling the wordness. According to Elvis's description, the figure is smaller than a menhir, and light enough that they were able to carry it to the ship. Were it small, it would probably have been placed in Captain Lex's quarters instead of in the hold. I've estimated... Good. Next question. What was the Andraste's destination? Correct. Be very careful with what I'm about to tell you. But some believe that the Red Priests are dedicated to studying the wordness. Instead, Captain Lex must have thought they'd pay him generously for a Four-Dweller artifact. Last question. What sang? Yes, you did well, child. I can see that you were paying attention. According to Elvis, the Andraste was sunk by the legendary terror from the deep. But if you want to know more, ask your keeper friends. They should be... Now, all you need to do is find the wreck of the Andraste and retrieve the mysterious figure. Oh, if only I knew. It must have happened somewhere on the way between the Horns of the South and the Island Asylum. Oh, but what? In the Horns of the South Museum, there are some extremely interesting books and documents lying around and collecting dust. Can you imagine having such treasures at hand and choosing to completely ignore them? Oh, pop. Among them, you'll find the Andraste's logbook, which was saved by Elvis. I've read it, of course, but I know nothing about sailing. I'm sure. Go to the Horns of the South Museum, read the logbook, and then tell me whether you managed...
Who are you? Another refugee? This place is already crawling with your lot. It's like a Camelosian In my day, you only saw old, familiar faces round here. And maybe we didn't all love each other. It was easier to share with others, even when you didn't have much. That's so. Fine. Whatever you say. But yeah, not so long ago, we'd have sat down and had a drink with the rest of the lads. You asking me? They came here and made themselves at home. I ain't talking. Orderly. No damn rabble begging at the gates and eating us at a house and home. Back then, sure, civilians came and went. But housing them, feeding them? We had a rule. No freeloading. But I guess that went out the window. You watch your damn mouth. We did everything we could. I've said it before. We need a whole damn army to... And besides, how do you know these leeches are even telling the truth? Every village wiped out. Just like that? Give me a... I don't want to talk about it. It used to mean something to be a keeper. You could come in off the streets, and now... bunch of spoiled lordlings sold off to Brandon by their daddies for a bag of gold. Treated like they're made of glass. Soft, weak, the lot of them. You see anything interesting around here? A decent place to retire, but not... Well, if you're looking to sightsee, try the sunken village. Just don't let the locals tear you to shreds. I don't know, but you could put something on the table, and then maybe we can... Thank you. That's better. We used to come here, the three of us. Me, Berg, and Fedley. But lately, something's gotten into Berg. Hell knows what happened. One day he just stopped talking to us. We went to his house to get him. But he only cursed a blue streak at us. Say, mate, do you feel like talking to an old obla? I feel bad for him. But I've got no more patience. And Finley, let's just say... Now you're talking. Ever since he got so maudlin, Berg usually sits alone by the sea. That all?
Oi, Noel! What if I pulled Excalibur from that stone, but it broke, but only at the tip? Would I still get to be king, or not?
You're so daft, Randall. Some magical lass living in a lake gave the king the sword when he broke his own bashing forearm skulls.
So, the one in the stone, what's that called? It's not Excalibur, is it?
Nah, the one in the stone was called, don't know. Sword in the stone, I guess.
Sod it, whatever. So, if I pulled the sword in the stone from the, stone, and it broke, but only a little, would I still get to be king?
What? No, you'd have to pull out all of it. Only the one who pulls out the sword gets to be king. Yeah? Not the one who pulls out a bit of the sword.
Wait, but if you have a sword and it breaks, do you tell everyone that you have a sword or that you have a piece of the sword? Besides, you can always take it to the smith and he can fix a new tip.
But if he fixes a new tip, it won't be the same sword.
Are you off your knocker? How's it not the same sword? So, what is it now? A ploughshare?
A shit share.
Listen, just listen to me. You've got it all wrong. You've got a sword, right? And then the tip breaks off, so you attach a new one, right? But then, let's just say it breaks again.
That's one shitty sword you have there.
Now, listen to me. Now, damn it. It breaks off, so you fix it with a new piece again. And then it happens again, and again, and again. Until you finally get yourself a whole new blade from the smith. So get this, if the whole blade was replaced, is it still the same sword?
Well, no, it isn't.
There you have it. You just need to be, what's the word? Rational.
Fine. Now let's have a drink. My throat's drier than a priestess purse.
See, now you sound rational.
Beer from Kunacht, wine from Farshire, moonshine, only local, the best there is. And fish. You mean the old pier? Well, first of all, it's not that old. Brenadin was already the cat. Why is it called that? Don't know. Probably because of all those old folks around. A lot has been happening here lately. Plenty of new faces. I definitely can't complain. People come and go and the regulars drink as usual. As it should be. Daddy will be proud. Hey, not here, obviously. You won't see your old man here unless your name's Dara. Mine sent me here because he hoped I'd make something out of my life. He never wanted me to pour a beer and look at the same tired mugs day in, day out, but as it turns out, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I got mauled by a werebeast during a hunt, and after that, the captain decided I wasn't any good for active service, so he sent me here. I was bored out of my mind, and since there wasn't one here, I decided to start a tavern. At least I'm not as bored anymore. No, I don't recall anything like that. No, listen. I don't know what's going on, but I doubt any of the keepers had anything important on them. Half of them couldn't tell the quartermaster's seal from a pile of horse dung someone stepped on. But that means... no. Impossible. What if... Holy moonshine. I remember! I've no idea how you found out about it. Siji. He's dead. Taken by a fever. Aye, of course I have. I didn't just throw them in some cabinet. I was afraid they'd fall into the wrong hand. He was a good man. I wouldn't get rid of my only memento. Here, after what you said, I assume you'll make good use of them. Even though I'm still not sure what to think about it. Things are getting weirder and weirder now. Well, he died like he lived, with a tankard in his hand. The boys always said Siji was a friend worth... He was a prankster like no other. Once, he slipped a rotten egg into the quartermaster's dinner. No problem. Listen, if by some miracle you really talked... I don't
buy something or bugger off. Unless you've already bought from Orla. Then just bugger off. I wouldn't mind knowing that myself. She stole a lucrative business contract out from under me and my family, then made herself at home here. Damn those Timberwall merchants. Everyone's always yammering about Timberwall. Timber this, timber that. Bugger them all. Remember, good business, only with Connacht. I just told you. A business contract. It's an agreement. Two sides. One sells, the other pays. Sometimes you can also exchange material goods. A barter transaction. But anyway, it fell through. The captain'd rather deal with that woman. Good riddance to him. Well... Yes, Connacht. From a merchant family, to be specific. Though I've always wanted to join the Royal Geographers, to chart the uncharted. But I broke my leg, badly enough that I couldn't travel anymore. After the accident, I was stuck at home, sitting on my ass and looking after the books. It was driving me crazy. Not what I wanted from life. When that contract I told you about fell through, I stayed here for a bit. Lost track. My brother got worried, so he came looking for me. I told him I'm not going back. So he said we might as well do business here then. He helped me set up the shop, then left for home. You've never heard of them? They're a guild of explorers, dating back to the age of legends. They travel across Avalon, documenting all the lost and forgotten places, crawling through hidden caves, discovering all... That's what LSA and I dreamed of. Though, only one of them. Well, a friend from back home. We'd run around Connacht, drawing maps of every corner we could find. And on the farms, LSA insisted on marking every stone in the fields. My mother used to get on my ass for wasting so much paper and charcoal. She got in with the geographers, started running errands for them. Well, it was right after my accident. Said some things I shouldn't have. You know how it goes. We stopped talking, and then First thing I did when I arrived was ask the locals what this village is called. And they just said, wait for it, the village. There's also a sunken village nearby. So I asked them what that one was called, and they said... So I asked what it was called before it was flooded, and they told... How do you even work with that? Long enough to know what sells. Not that I'd mind having a wider selection of goods, you know. Some more options on offer. But people here don't need much, so what you see is all I have. Then there's the refugees. For now, I guess they're good business. But long term? Doubt. Sooner or later they'll run out of money. They don't have any way to earn it since no one wants. They'll get kicked out, or they'll just leave and not come back. But there'll be others around to keep the businesses running, more or less. Pursue potential customers. Listen here, pal. Clearly you don't understand. I've no idea where you come from. But here, it's the potential customer who needs to pursue the vendor. And that vendor decides to sell to them or not. It's the vendor who makes the decision, not the other way around. How many people here do you think are offering to exchange goods for... Yeah, Orla. A woman merchant from the keep. Go on, try giving her your money.
I bet she'll just shortchange you and call it a day. She has no wit and no finesse when it comes to trading. Buying anything? Buying anything?